Yo, what's going on, guys? JetXC here, man. And I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here. I'm kind of getting tired of a lot of the back and forth on X and with everything in regards to Stellar Blade and like Eve's attractiveness and how if she's over sexualized and a lot of these articles like with IGN or Kotaku or just people saying that you don't know what a real woman looks like. And then the other side goes back and says, but this was based off a real life model. And then they say she's too sexualized. And then people are like, bro, like it's just a normal female body. Like, how is it too sexualized? Like, just going back and forth, right? And I remember reading a tweet, a post on X, and this guy it was basically one of the it's another Eve like clip that's gone viral, and it's basically like, and it's not the one with her on the ladder. It's basically one where, and I think I'll put up the tweet in the video here, but it's essentially just her hanging off like a building, right? And basically testing out the jiggle physics essentially, right? And there was a person in the comment of that tweet that was basically saying, oh, I'm gonna spend extra time on this part for sure. And then a guy quote tweeted that and said, you guys are weird with this type of behavior. Your obsession for, you know, a fictional character is weird, and this is why you're maidenless and you're displaying maidenless behavior. And at first I didn't really think nothing of it because it just seemed like a joke. You can joke, make fun. It's all in good fun, right? But I continued on through the thread, and when people were kind of going back and forth in that thread, he kept on commenting and he was kind of doubling down and explaining why he actually felt like this way and was at some point just kind of making his own little think piece as to why it's weird and why, you know, they need to stop doing this. And, oh, I have a wife and I have a wife and I would never do that. And I'm not just making a bunch of arguments that just don't make any sense. And look, if you're joking about it, I really don't care. I think people can take jokes, but when you're actually trying to be 100% serious and think that, like to me, I don't understand it at all. And he went on to say like how he had been playing and enjoying Dragon's Dogma and stuff. And I just really gotta say this, people. For those that enjoy playing video games in general, just because you play one certain type of game does not mean that because this person obsesses over a character or enjoys this type of game for what they like it for is any worse. You playing Dragon's Dogma is not going to attract any more bitches than this motherfucker playing Stellar Blade or obsessing over Eve. Or you obsessing over the lore in Dragon's Dogma and how you can fight mythical dragons and griffins, and there's a sphinx in this game, and it's just really cool because you get to choose 5 different classes. That's not going to get you any more bitches than playing Stellar Blade. Trying to pick and choose and be like, oh hey, it's really weird that you obsess over this character Eve. Go find a real girl, touch grass. My guy, there are people for the past 2, 3 weeks that have been obsessing between the relationship of Cloud and Aerith or Tifa and Cloud, saying which couple is better, which one makes more sense, all these different types of things, right? And it's been going on over and over and over again. And you could call them weird and you could call them maidenless for their type of behavior they're displaying because they really need to find a real relationship. No, they really don't. They enjoy the game. They've been into the Final Fantasy series since they were kids. It's a long standing game. They're not weird for that. People right now enjoy playing Dragon's Dogma for the lore, for the gameplay, for the adventure aspect of it. Guess what? They're not any more weird. You spending tens of hours, 20s of hours playing Dragon's Dogma is not going to make you any better than someone enjoying Stellar Blade or Eve. And we guys, like, I don't understand when you try to put this moral high ground when you yourself also enjoy video games. How you gonna shit on Eve when you play GTA? For example, right? Some people will let's just say someone says, "Oh, I wanted to play Eve for the plot." In quotes, and by plot they mean because she's got like a nice ass or she's like really attractive, right? And I play for the plot and I stay for the plot, meaning that even though I came for uh fan service, I stayed because the story was really good. There, over the course of like maybe the past like 10, 15 years, however long the GTA series has been out, there have been countless campaigns back in the day of people shitting on GTA, saying it's going to cause kids to do bad things in real life. Because what can you do in GTA 5 right now? You can run people over, you can gamble, you can shoot people, you can shoot cops, you can steal, you can go to fucking strip clubs. There are people GTA role playing in Grand Theft Auto on Twitch and Kick today. You could do all those things, and guess what? You can make the same argument that they're weird for wanting to go in a video game, run people over, kill random people, and go to fucking strip clubs and play with fake fictional money. Like, I don't get it. No matter what, people that enjoy video games will be ridiculed by other people that don't play video games and neither understand video games. Y'all people, like y'all trying to shit on Eve and Stellar Blade because she's attractive, it doesn't make sense to me. Your game of the year was Baldur's Gate 3, a D&D style video game, which by the way D&D used to be heavily made fun of by anybody that played that. And guess what? If you played it, you were definitely maidenless apparently. You definitely got no bitches. You were definitely a loner and whatever else they probably said about people that enjoy D&D stuff. And now it's one of the more popular genres as people fell in love with the way that you get to act out your kind of scenario story with a group of friends, and they, fell in love with the whole idea of D&D style games, right? And I just in that game you could fuck a bear, right? That was one of the trailers. I've yet to play it. I'm going to be playing it, but that was what they advertised. Now, can you call that weird? Absolutely. You could definitely call it weird. But my guy, I'm not about to say, oh, because you are obsessing over the fact that you can fuck a bear in Baldur's Gate 3, that's such maidenless behavior. It's no wonder you get no bitches. And then you go on to keep saying it and keep iterating why you're serious and it's not a joke. Because if it's a joke, cool, whatever. But if you're actually serious, my guy, it's not real. Like you said, it's a video game. So why are you shitting on someone else's enjoyment of something? But when it comes to Stellar Blade and Eve being really attractive, oh no, that's actually a problem. You gotta stop. I can tell you haven't seen a real woman. My guy, y'all haven't. Imagine saying, dude. Oh my god, man. Guys, we can apply that to GTA 5. We can apply that to Baldur's Gate 3. We can apply that to Dragon's Dogma. Guess what? I've never seen anyone actually be attracted to a bear in real life. But there's some people that played Baldur's Gate 3 and fucked a bear. Does that mean they're crazy? Does that mean they're a furry? No, that does not mean any of that stuff. It's not real. It's a fictional game. And the same things you do in GTA or Baldur's Gate 3, you wouldn't do in real life because we can understand real versus fictional. If somebody thinks a character is attractive, like Eve, why does that matter? Well, it obviously Eve is based off of an actual person, the model that she was based off on, but we also make characters based off of the human form, or we'll deviate and maybe it'll be some character based off some demon form or some humanoid form or some dragon form, and they'll still look human like, but we'll still find them attractive depending on how they look. I don't get it. There are plenty of people that obsess over Leon and other male characters like in Street Fighter or Tekken, whatever, right? And then motherfuckers are buff from head to toe, the widest shoulders you've ever seen, and they've got a fucking 10 pack. I just, we have to stop picking and choosing what we think is quote unquote weird and then acting like we're better because, oh, well, Dragon's Dogma doesn't have naked women running around. My guy, nobody is naked. Nobody is naked. Yes, Eve has a skin suit that you can see right here in this gameplay, but she's not actually naked. But if it bothers you, and this is my last thing, if something bothers you to the point where it may make you feel uncomfortable, just disregard it and don't play it. And not only that, don't interact with the people that enjoy it. Let me give you an example. And I hate horror movies. Not only that, I hate horror films, or excuse me, horror games. So what do? I don't spend money on horror films because I don't like the idea of spending money to basically have this movie attempt to scare me by, oh, slow panning with the camera or doing random jump scares and adding this creepy music and all this crazy shit, when if it was in real life, these people would have been left this scary situation, or playing a horror game that's meant to scare you with these weird designs and all that stuff. I don't shit on anybody that likes horror games. I don't um I don't spend my time in horror game forums or horror movie forums. Maybe I'll make a joke like, how can you watch this shit? But, at the end of the day, I'm not going to think of them any less, because I also like movies and I also like video games. And some people may not be interested in the same genre as me, right? Whether it be like TCG card games or MOBA games, whatever the fuck, right? If it bothers you that much, it may not be the person, it's probably you. If I'm bothered by a horror film that my friend likes, I'm not going to shit on my friend and call him weird. No, it's not weird. I'm just uncomfortable with horror movies. So he's not the weird one. It's just me being uncomfortable. So you need to recognize what makes you uncomfortable and not put it on other people. If it makes you uncomfortable that people are commenting on how attractive Eve looks or putting her in these provocative situations, then just disregard it and leave it alone, right? Just for the same reason that there's probably compilations of like GTA 5 of people running people over and killing cops. If it bothers you, then just leave it alone. But at the end of the day, like this person said in the tweet, it's not real. So why are we having these thought pieces or think pieces about why it's an issue and how they're maidenless and get no bitches? Bro, you play video games too. Just because this video game is something you think is weird and doesn't like, doesn't mean you somehow get more bitches because you play a different video game or because you married with kids. Relax. That's all I want to say, man. Listen, rant over. I had to get that off my chest. Sorry if this ran over too long, but it's getting weird and it's getting tiresome. If it bothers you that much, don't play it and just ignore it, because it will do fine just without you. There's already a demographic for it, and that demographic will like what they like. Just like motherfuckers in Baldur's Gate 3 like the fact that you can fuck anything.